company like Bellamy. Don't sit here and pose that you are a professional-only company made for stylists by stylists. That's complete bullshit.
Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew.
I'm Rachel.
Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be diving in, and the title of this episode is Exposing the Big Secret in the Beauty Industry. So we're just having so many conversations with you guys, and we're getting to meet a lot of you, and it's very exciting. And there's something that we want to shed more light on, just to make sure that everyone's educated on really like what's going on in the industry, quality. We highly focused on quality, so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So I'm going to hit it over to you, Rachel. Rachel's been sick for a little while, so we're working a cough button, and she may be sneezy and coffee, but she's out here and
I got things to do, and I got a bun in the oven that's about well done. So it's important to me that, I can get out here and do these episodes for you guys. So the big secret in the beauty industry, and I'm not talking about I'm not using that word vaguely. Big is an abbreviation for a company. A very large corporation that happens to own about 8 to 10 extension brands that we know of.
Last time we checked,
yes, which was like yesterday. So this is something that we have spoken about. I've spoken about this obviously in our communities. I've spoken about this to people we know, but we haven't exactly done a full-blown episode on this, and I think that we needed to. So that's what we wanted to plan today for you guys. And it's interesting because when we discovered this, we were actually in Utah, and we were driving. We were going from the airport. I think we were there for a mastermind or something, one of the masterminds we were a part of. And we drove past this huge building. And I was just like, what is that? And I looked it up and I'm like, wait, what? And I mean, and it's, the company is called Beauty Industry Group. Okay. I'm going to say it. Go look it up. This is public information, by the way. We want to always encourage you guys to go and do your due diligence and go explore stuff. You're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube, whatever. Go and seek out information that you don't know. There is so much information literally at your fingertips. It's about how you use your tool, your phone, as to whether or not you are going to actually get the info that you want or not, or if you're gonna get distracted and buy yoga pants on Aloe. So the thing that I discovered this was a few years ago, as we're driving by and I'm looking around, I'm like, what the hell is that? And so we look it up and I'm like, are you shitting me? We're scrolling through their website. It's right there, plain as day, public information that this company owns a bunch of competitors, a bunch of extension brands, all inside of this company. And good for them, right? They're super smart, I guess. Very good for them. But here's what irks me, okay? And this is when you have a company such as Bellamy. Okay, I'm going to say it. I don't give a shit if anybody likes it or not. I'm going to say it. You got a company like Bellamy that poses as we're a professional-only extension company. Okay, sure. Then why on earth are my clients seeing your ads? Why are you also literally in bed with celebrity stylists? You've got Glam Seamless that you own. You also own Halo. You also own Hotheads. You also own Zala. You also own Donna Bella. You own Babe. You own all these companies. Good for you. But don't sit here and pose that you are a professional-only company made for stylists by stylists. That's complete bullshit. It is. And then to make things worse, you are tricking salon owners into this what looks like an incredible opportunity for them to be a Bellamy signature salon, and then they're now indebted to you because they have all this inventory that you've given them, right? Which who knows what quality hair that is. And this is also why their quality is dipped. I mean, every day we hear about it.
Every single day.
Oh my gosh, my infinity weft fell apart, or this is falling apart, or these colors are fading, or this, all the things. Not to mention that your client can literally go buy the same shit that you can buy. So I will die on that hill. But the point is that, you've got the salon that maybe is probably short on cash, that, loves the idea of becoming a Bellamy salon. Not even that, really. It's probably just loves the idea of having a hair wall, loves the idea of having the whole paintbrush wall and all the things, right? Where they can, really show that off, and it looks special. And don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but you are in a contract with this company now and you owe them tens of thousands of dollars and like you're not allowed to use anything else for about 2 years or so period of time. I reviewed these same contract with dozens and dozens of clients that have been like, you know what, to hell with this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm ready to build my own brand. I'm sick and tired of the hair quality being what it is. And I'm sick and tired of giving my hard-earned dollars to this company that I thought was by professionals for professionals. And really, they are selling to everyone. Me, you, your mom, my mom, everyone. Like everyone sees their ads. You have two different you can talk on this on the lookalikes and everything. But they're targeting everyone. They're with different types of ads, by the way.
Yeah, it's part of their funnel strategy and their marketing. So this happens a lot with companies, and there's nothing wrong or illegal about anything like that. It's just what companies do to grow. Another example is when I owned gyms, this company called RX Bar came in. They were exclusive to like CrossFit gyms, and then Kraft bought them up, and now they're everywhere. But they came in through a very super niche angle. But to get to the greater market, you have to abandon your original consumer, which is the salon owner or the gym owner or what have you. And that's the goal. But the goal, like what's the goal of the company? The goal is to sell as much hair as possible. And do you align with the goal, right? Our goal is to help the salon owner make as much money as possible. It's a totally different alignment, right? So that is the game that they're playing. But what happens to the salon owner is we lose exclusivity. And what I mean by that is like we don't have any leverage in the market to get our products and services out to people to where they have to come into the salon to get your thing. You know, your product has to be excellent. It has to be luxury. When I say luxury, I don't mean that in like a buzzword, like it sounds cool and sexy. The luxury market is its own market. It has different rules than the premium market. So Bellamy and all these other companies, they're living in that premium market, but the premium market is accessible to everybody. And then you're competing with large companies, and you're competing on price, and you're competing with, it's very competitive. And how you win that is you do what they've done. They have the path where you can just buy up all the companies, and then now you have not a full monopoly, but you have a lot of leverage on the market because you own all these companies. And then you can make decisions and leverage things like quality, volume, sourcing, distribution to make more profit for your shareholders. So that is what's going on with the company. But what happens is if you're involved in that, then again, you're going to be dealing with people walking in and trying to compete with you on price because they can also get this here this way. It's like when I go into a store and there's a color I want, if I'm going shopping, like I'm kind of an impulsive buyer.
You don't say.
Well, actually, no, I'm not. I go in, like if I'm going to get shoes, I'm going to get shoes. Like if I'm going to go for like a shirt, like I won't go all over the place.
I wouldn't say impulsive. I would say you go big or go home.
Yeah.
And most times you just go big.
Go big.
You don't usually come home from shopping with no bag. So
I like clothes. And so there's that aspect of it. But when your client is coming into your location, you really got to have something that's exclusive to your company and your brand. And it's got to be the best quality stuff in the world. I had to search forever to find, I think I'm wearing them now, these shoes. They're just regular leather sneakers. And I didn't realize this till I got like a pair of boots that were actual leather, and their whole closet smells like leather. But the rest of my shoes are fake leather. Like all of them are not real leather. So just to find a sneaker, like a real leather sneaker, took a long time to find that, but I had to go to a specific brand, and now I'm going to get all my brands. Rachel's got a cough. And sneeze or cough. I like to get the same. I'm going to get the same brand, get all the colors, right? You really want that. You need that to stand out with your hair extension company. It's got to be a luxury good, not a premium good. Premium is everywhere.
I'm so excited to, are we good? Okay.
Yeah, good.
I was muted because I was coughing. So I want to share the valuation of Beauty Industry Group with you guys. And as of this year, okay, drum roll, please. I'm just curious. Well, first of all, what do you think it is? What do you think their valuation is?
How many companies are they? They're roughly like
a
10,
lot.
15?
Nah, not 15. Not that they're putting out there. But I'm sure they're on the hunt for acquire. I mean, really what it is a portfolio company.
They're trying to get, it's probably $1 billion company.
1.5 billion buckaroos, guys. $1.5 billion and rising is the valuation of beauty industry group. Mm-hmm. Just let you sit on that for a second.
What does that mean for them, though?
It's a monopoly.
For the salon owner, what does that mean?
What it means is that you are essentially a retailer of their brand, right? And here's the kicker, guys.
They own their own competition.
Yes, totally. Here's what happens to the salon owner. Your margins shrink, okay? Your margins are going to shrink anyway. You're going to have insane quality issues. And guys, if you think about it, think about the idea of A, B, C, D grade hair, okay? And I'm gonna add D because I believe that D is way. I mean, I think it needs to be created. It's just basically this company. This is what I believe is they're dishing product based on the brand. Okay, so this was forever ago. I mean, even 10 years ago, Hotheads was like shit hair, right? It was falling apart. You can get it anywhere. You can get it at Cosmoprof. You can get it at RDA ProMart, whatever, Armstrong McCall. You can get it wherever. At that time, that company was not owned by Beauty Industry Group, to my knowledge. But one by one, all of these brands have been acquired and purchased from Beauty Industry Group, which is what has gotten their valuation to become what it is.
Because if you buy a business, you immediately, whatever the profit is of that company, say you acquire that company and it's profitable, then your top line of net profit goes up overnight. Well,
not only that, but then you also their multiple, who the hell knows what their multiple is with that type of product type business. Like different industries have different types of multiples. If you have a brick and mortar company, and you don't own the building, your multiple is going to be less than, let's say, if you had a SaaS company, or you had a retail company, or you had, some sort of digital product that you sold. You can, when your business is sold, it's not just sold for whatever you made, in profit this past year. It is projected and you have a multiple that based on your industry and what standard and what businesses are going for in, that year. Almost like a comp, if you're doing real estate, you're going to have a price per square foot. Yes, that's important. What you could rebuild that home for today, et cetera. But it's also going to be based off the market and what the market's doing. So, the thing about, people who are buddying up or getting in on, they think it's this, buy pros, for pros kind of thing. It's not, because they're selling to you. They're selling to your client. Your client's seeing their ads. You're seeing their ads. You're seeing different ads. Your price point is different, but guess what? They're also doing, they're showing your client, oh, hey, yes, we'll sell to you, but if you get your stylist to create a pro account, she gets a discount, which means you get a discount. It's so fucked up, if I'm being honest. And that's the thing that just drives me insane. And then also the fact that you've got, it's not about what they're doing necessarily. It's how they are being and the bait and switch that's happening when you've got these, I mean, this is a massive corporation. They ship globally. You've got this corporation that's posing as one thing, even doing educational classes, even having independent educators, come on with them and promote them, their brand, right? And then just to drive more relatability and have this facade of buy stylists for stylists. This is not by stylists. This is not even for stylists. The only reason that it gets in the hands of stylists is because it's a way for them to scale faster. So, and then also you've got, think about on the marketing side of things, they have multiple marketing campaigns, of course, and audiences, but the thing that they have in their pocket that none of us have in our pocket are celebrity stylists, right? You've got celebrity stylists and you've got these big marketing campaigns. And think about it. Met Gala just happened. You've got all these people wearing this brand and flexing this brand. And you've got celebrities tagging the brand and all this stuff. Well, guess who your clients are following? Your clients are following the celebrities. Your clients are getting brand awareness from the celebrity. Then your clients bring in that picture. Oh, I want this person's hair. This is the brand that it is, right? So your clients getting involved into a segment of the appointment they really shouldn't be. And then it's like this, you're just kind of screwed either way in this whole ecosystem, honestly. So So that's like one of the.
Can you tell them how though? Like how that
Yeah.
how that impacts their day to day.
I mean,
as an owner.
Number one, I mean, this big brand is a big business, a $1.5 billion business.
And $1 billion, guys, is just real quick to and you probably, I'm sure I already know, but this helped me understand what $1 billion is. If you take $1 million and you convert it dollar to time, you'll go back to like the 60s or something like that. But $1 billion, you go back before the dawn of the dinosaurs. Like you go back to the beginning of time with $1 billion almost. Like it's a huge difference if you convert like a dollar to time. You know,
I love you. I love you a lot.
What?
I love how you love to learn. Random facts, guys. I learn something new every day. He's right though. Like that is think about the contrast between those two examples he just said. The thing that you're losing as a salon owner is you're losing your ability to set your own MSRP. Number one, your margin is slim. You're in a contract with this big brand,
so
right?
Three major problems.
Huge problems. Yes.
You're screwed if you have one of those.
Totally.
There's three.
You are essentially reselling their product, their brand as their brand. Okay. Which is just letting them get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you don't get to benefit by doing that at all. So that's the
Price
thing.
down.
Yeah. And then it becomes, well, and then here's what happens. What happens when there's quality problems, right? You have to send things back or you have to they have a whole department on that shit because it's so common. It happens all the time. And here's why we started, and there's a lot of big brands. I will tell you guys that is the biggest brand, the biggest one. And what's hilarious and crazy all at the same time is that pretty much every extension company is like operating out of Utah. Just, I don't know why, but a lot of the big ones anyway are, but for sure Beauty Industry Group is one of the largest ones. And I will tell you guys, you want to know which state has the hardest time having markup on hair extensions? Utah. That's exactly why. They're literally all right there.
Just basic supply demand.
It is, and we'll tell you we talk to a lot of people. We have very, very, very few clients who we have helped build a brand in Utah because of the fact that it's so freaking oversaturated. And they have all of this stuff working against them all the time. And I get it. I 100% get it. Like here in Texas, we don't have that problem. In other states, we don't have that problem. But right there, when you're literally driving down the highway and you've got hair extension company after hair extension company after hair extension company, you're kind of screwed, honestly. And it's because of the bigger brands, not because of you and how you've set up your business. It's just, unfortunately, it's such the norm for clients to just go get their own product and go get their own hair. And then also in Utah, you can do hair out of your house, which is freaking wild. But, the main thing that I want to encourage you guys to do is, we're not here to talk you into building your own brand. We're here to educate you on what is going on. And maybe that is a brand that you're using. Maybe you're using one of those brands. And maybe you're having the same issue. Maybe you don't realize that, oh, wow, I can actually, I could buy hair and resell it just like I would my shampoo and conditioner. Hell yeah, you can. That's what took our salon from $1 million to over 2.4 in 1 year's time, was being able to do that. And not competing with a bigger brand and not having our clients come in and show us the pricing that's on their phone on that brand's website.
Yeah, you're cooked.
You are screwed.
If they come in, if you're dealing with that, you're cooked.
Yeah, and it's crazy too. That's the stuff that's
like checkmate.
It is. It so is. And clients don't. It's not the client's fault. It's not I think it's easy as a stylist or a salon owner to put blame on the client. It's not their fault at all. It's the brand's problem it's the brand's decisions and the brand's lack of segmenting of who are we serving? Are we serving the salon and the stylist? Are we serving the consumer, the client? Which one are we serving? They're serving everyone, and which is why their valuation is what it is. And good for them. I'm sure they are rolling in the dough. However, there are well over 100,000 Bellamy signature salons, just Bellamy signature salons in the country. from the data and everything that I've dug up here. And that does not give you any leverage at all. All that does, you think it does because they wow you with, oh, we'll give you this and we'll put hair in here and we'll do this and we'll get you everyone trained and they're going to give you the moon and the stars. Well, guess what? Why? Because they know what their back end is and they understand that just for every extra salon they can add to their list, you are going to order X amount of hair a year, and that X amount of money a year is going to contribute at a multiple to an even bigger valuation for them next year. So, we want to, we forgot to do the thing. Shit.
To point to the.
Yes, we're going to,
We can do it now.
Okay, let's do it now. So, here we are. Okay. We have a thing that Brooks is going to add to the screen here, but we want to show you guys literally, you can go, this is public information, look it up, beautyindustrygroup.com, check it out. We're going to put here all of the brands that are part of this company. Currently, yeah.
And then you're seeing a dip in quality because of just the path of their game of math. When you build a large company like that, a portfolio company, you're going to want to drive down the costs of production. You're going to want to drive down the costs of distribution. So they've come up with strategic ways, and we didn't know how widespread this is until we got to lay our eyes on it, how much this lower grade quality is being presented as high quality or Remy.
Yeah.
And it's just not. Like,
and you don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know if you knew that, but I didn't know that until like we saw it. We're like, oh wow,
I definitely knew there was a difference between Remy and non-Remy hair, but to see
how much non-Remy hair is going down in production and how much Remy hair is happening.
So much. And guys, we're literally just talking about the brands that you guys see on this screen. Like, we're not even talking about like different markets or like anything at all. We're talking about these companies that have been around for a very, very long time and have just been scooped up one by one by one by one. And then, but guess what? Guess what got them scooped up was the reputation that the brand used to have, right? Like Babe used to be a good brand. Bellamy even used to be a good brand at one point in time, or a better brand. But when you start to see that quality dip, and then freaking crash and burn.
They just got bought out.
Yeah, they got bought out. And guess what
company.
That big corporation's doing?
Happens all the time.
They've got big overhead. If you guys have ever driven past their huge headquarters in Utah, you've seen it.
And it's not the original owners of the founding people that started these companies. They probably started them with the best intention of being high quality.
And they cashed out. I mean, good for them.
But for you, and we're coming from this as a salon owner, like for the salon owner, there's an impact to that happening. And it's important to understand the economics of what is happening with companies that is impacting your day-to-day on your top selling item.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. It's the same concept as, let's say, Lexus and Toyota. They're owned by the same company. Lexus is a higher end version of a Toyota. I believe that's true.
You know, Lamborghini is Audi?
Yes.
Same.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
I did. Volvo is I forget what's the lower like brand version of Volvo, but
what they've done is the car industry does this too. Is like, say they're gonna build more Huracans, Lamborghini Huracans. They will take the R8 chassis and then they will put Huracan pieces on it. But now they have this even further exotic car, and they can sell it. They can sell it for 3 times more than this particular car, but it's the same components and the same pieces that they've repurposed into a new issue. Super duper similar. This is not isolated to the hair industry.
Yeah.
You know, so I wouldn't say it's quite the same, because the Lamborghini is going to be top notch. McLaren was having some issues years ago by things like doors not lining up and falling apart and quality dropping. And they took a big hit. So I don't know what's going on that specifically, but this is, it's good information to understand how these companies work and operate.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, in high school, I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse. I was like, with the Roxy sticker on the back. That was my car. Okay. I was that girl. I had the Ed Hardy seat covers and all the things. Oh, no. My first car was like a couple grand. And then, of course, I totaled it because I was a dumb teenager. And then my next car that I got was a Scion TC, which was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, like, look at me. I'm driving the coolest car.
The toaster one?
No. I had the toaster one when I was pregnant with Kinsey.
Oh.
I had the TC, which was like the little hatchback. It was baby blue. Anyway, had that. That was the lowest quality of the food chain, I'd say, because you've got Scion TC, then the next step up is Toyota, and the next step up from that is Lexus, right? So like imagine the Scion TC being like your C grade quality hair. And then like B might be the Toyota is B quality hair, and then A quality hair would be the Lexus. It's the same thing here, guys. That's exactly what that has been done in the extension industry. So, you know, I want you guys to like seek out information that like check into this. Like this is like, you'll find it in like 12 seconds. Like it's all right there at your fingertips. Like there's no advantage that Drew and I have, that you don't have as far as finding this information out. Like share this around, like bring awareness to this. I think it's super important. I think it's really important for your clients to know this too. If you are building your own brand, whether it be something we're helping you with or not, make sure that, you know, you are doing your due diligence and you are educating people on why you've made this switch. Why, yes, I might have told you, client, that this was the best thing for all these years. However, because of the quality changes, because of the margin,
bamboozled.
Yeah, because I was bamboozled. That's a great word. Thank you, Ashley Vance, for coming up with that word. I love how she says it too. Because you're bamboozled, right? And it was a bait and switch thing. Like you had incredible quality, and then now you have this shit quality, yet the packaging looks the same, everything looks the same. That right there, that's being bamboozled.
What about the price?
Well, the price usually goes up when you get the shittier thing, which is funny. So anyways, it's just important for you guys to like, if you have convinced your client that like you've kind of like you've become loyal to, you know, maybe one brand or another brand or whatever. And like I experienced this too. Like it was really hard for me, especially in the education space. Like I was using the brand that I was educating for, and I have nothing but like good things to say about those people and everything, but like the quality was dipping, and the problem of clients being able to, you know, get it just as the same price that I could get it, or know what discount I could get it for, like that, the same problem lived there. Okay. And that was really difficult for me to step away from, because I literally helped build that whole academy. Like I for 6 years of my life, guys, like I was all up in that, and it was very, very hard. You know, I grappled with it for years before I actually decided to like peace out. And, you know, it was really hard, but all of our clients in our salon, you know, even though I was using the product that you guys all see on our Instagram and stuff today, like I had been using that for close to 2 years before I even announced that like I was, you know, actually using something else. It was for my own use. Like it wasn't something we ever thought like, oh, we'll help other people launch their brand, or, you know, like this is something that other people could have ease in their day, you know, using, and not having to sit here and worry about things fading, or the roots muddy and the ends are orange, or the, you know, it was so inconsistent that led to problems. You know, it was a conversation that had to be had in the salon at a couple of points, not many, but of like, oh wait, so you're not using this anymore? I'm like, no, I'm not. I actually haven't been using it for a while. I just couldn't really talk about it. And here's why, you know what I mean? And just having an honest conversation with your clients. You're never stuck, guys, ever. Like you are allowed to make changes in your business. You're allowed to make changes in your life. You're allowed to resign from companies that you might be educating for. Like it's okay. You know, it sucks in the moment, but like the dust settles and you feel very free on the other side. And that's something that, you know, no one told me. I just had to kind of pep talk myself for years, and Drew also helping pep talk me into doing those things. But, you know, you're allowed to reinvent yourself in your business and make changes. And you know what? Yeah, I used to believe that. However, that is not the product that I have and have been getting today. And because of that, I'm going to go do the uncomfortable thing and go rogue and go create my own path and do my own thing, you know, and not go and do what the masses are doing.
That's how you stand out
Totally.
and differentiate yourself in your area. So when you do that, what Rachel's talking about, you are going to be stepping above all of the noise and the loudness of just imagine all the conversations and going around, but really what's going on is people are just distributing the same company stuff, and our approach was that we're not a hair brand. We're not here to talk you to get in our stuff. We wanted to help the salon owner make more income and build the life that they want, or if they want something similar to us, show them how to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to work with everybody. Like, because if we wanted to work with everybody, like we already have seen.
Let's start a hair brand.
Yeah, like yeah, but like we've already seen how that movie ends. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already seen it. I know how it ends. I know it leads to quality issues. I know it leads to you compromising on your core values.
We thought a lot about that. It's like, well, we could launch a hair brand, put Rachel's face on it or something like that, and use her hairstylist influence, and then we could build it up real big and probably sell it to the big industry and get bought up and then exit.
Ew.
But we didn't. We chose to go in a different path, which we think is way cooler. Like
I think it's way cooler.
A great time. Oh, here.
Way cooler. And it's like it comes down to quantity and quality. I don't want to work with more quantity. I want to work with like 150-ish salons across the country who are just little badasses. I want to help them build an amazing brand. I want to help them get wealthy. I want to help them have time with their kids. I want to help them be able to do tax-free wealth building strategies. Like I want to help them get their salon to be self-sufficient so they can get the fuck out of there and be able to go create other streams. They're entrepreneurs. Like that's my girl. Like that's the girl that we have in our community. Like they all love each other. It's so cool. Mm-hmm. Like they're not competing at all because none of them are in each other's territory. And it's like been the coolest thing to watch is everybody like really, really collaborating together and cheering each other on, sharing what's working for them. Oh, this is what I did at my lunch party. This was successful. Like they're all contributing to each other's success, and they're happy to do it because number one, we've been able to curate the right group of people, and two, we've been able leading by example and being honest and transparent and not doing shady shit behind the scenes like a lot of these other companies do. Is like really like no gatekeeping, like really helping pour into them and give them all we got. And as we grow, they grow. You know what I mean? Like, and truthfully, we don't grow without them growing. So the whole setup of build your own brand in the first place is designed so that we only win when they win. But notice how they have to win first. And that whole philosophy and that entire concept is exactly modeled off of what we did in our salons. Our salon only wins when our team wins, okay? And it's not the other way around. And that same concept, that same framework is exactly how the BYOB was built. And I think that's why it's been, just as successful because of the fact that we did not get greedy or become little egotistical assholes along the way. And we really do, like, we're all up in what we're doing. Like, we get our hands in there, we get dirty, like we really care about the salon owner and the success of them.
Making it,
Yes. Not just making it, but like
thriving.
Yes. It's so important. So if you guys are interested, and we cancel calls every day, because there's a lot of people that it's like, they're not ready to build a brand. Like they got to get their business, like they got to build a better business before we can help them build a brand. But we do help people build their business and their brand. So if you're interested in building one or both of those things, we would love to talk to you. As far as the brand building side goes, we're not trying to work with everybody. We're really not. We want to really like partner up with people and help them get going, help them get started, help them launch externally, help them with courses, help them with in-person classes, like themselves,
education
with their brand, like really developing like this role for them in their own community of that they are the luxury hair dealer in their community. They are
the go-to,
El Jefe, and in their community when it comes to education. They'll train people. They'll raise up the next level of stylists. I mean, they're a natural born leader in their community already. And that's the girl that we're looking for. And that's the girl that we want to build a brand for. And so if that's you, we would love to meet you and love to talk to you. It's been crazy. A lot of our clients lately have been referral, which is so cool. The fact that like, I mean, whenever in history would there be a salon owner that's like, hey, let me let you in on a little secret of how I built my brand. And they're like willing to do that to help another salon owner, like have that opportunity. It's been really cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So, great chat. Great chat today.
Yeah. I only used the cough button twice.
Yeah. That was
Twice?
really good. Well done.
Twice.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, I need to blow my nose. Let's wrap this up.
Cool, guys. That's it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
See ya.